Mic test, mic test. Hey, homie, that's not the right way to do that.
Wow, this track is wild.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's rough. I'll just say everyone take a lot of care. There's going to be a lot of passing.
I had to turn down my wheelbase power.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, you're good though.
Sorry, I was so sorry.
Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Hopefully I sound okay. Tonight we have Oran Park. It is the, maybe that's not even how you say it, that's how I say it. This is the final race for the Global iRacing League F4 series. In this final race, checking out the standings here. Actually, I may be able to bring them up, maybe. Here we are. So, there is a Pro and an AM division. In the Pro division, here are our standings. If we look over with the total with drops, I believe is what we're going off of, we can see that we've got a tight race for the top three, but I don't technically think Christopher is out of it mathematically. You get, I believe, 60 points for a P1. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see if I can pull it up. I am new, so bear with me. Also, if you follow my YouTube for FPV content, I don't plan on doing a lot of these streams, so if this video isn't for you, no need to unsubscribe. These shouldn't be spamming your feeds. And so this is an endurance race, which is 50 minutes. Man, I don't know what the B final and format is here. How many points are up for grabs completely? First, yes, 60 points. So that does mean, as far as I understand it, that Christopher is not out of it yet. He does have some work to do. Even technically, Michael could do it. Even if these three finish bottom three, one of them's got to get some points. I am wrong on that. So if we go over here to the point system, and we sort by endurance, here is how they are sorted. Get out of here with this, Google. So these are the points that are up for grabs. So yeah, the Pro Division is still out there. Ready to be taken tonight. Over in the amateur division, which is going to be racers that aren't quite as fast as the pros, but still want to have something to compete for. So we split it out into two divisions to keep it fun for everybody. But they are on track together, as far as I know. Again, I've only been in this league for a week, so don't really know too much about how the scoring works. This is not quite as close of a fight. Jeff does have some work to do. Can he even get it? No. Looks like he is mathematically stuck in second at best, but we do have some tight running fighting for that number 2 spot between Jeff and David. Oh, perfect. Gap to leader. Yes, indeed. That makes the math a lot easier. I wish I had seen that. So yeah, that's what we're working with. Qualifying's going on right now. We got 8 minutes left. So let's hop back over to iRacing and see what we're working with. I am using a Logitech keyboard, which has this crappy little trackpad put in it. So I do, if I have to tab out, it's going to be a mess. Working on a single monitor here. Also, I apologize for this being an ultra-wide. So looking at our time so far, let's see here. Looks like Justin Duvall is, oh, nope, he just got passed over by I'm going to butcher this name and I do apologize. Savani, perhaps is how you say his name, but he is car number 81. And his best lap is a 39.6 right now. With this being a 50-minute endurance race and these guys are turning 40-second laps, this is going to get real interesting real quick. You could end up, if you spin, you could end up getting lapped on lap 8, you know, 6 minutes into this thing. So we'll see how it goes. Also, I do not have a good way of seeing who I'm looking at. I got to look at my DDU here, then look at the number, then look at the name. So not going to be fast to be able to respond to who is who out here. Right now, it's going to be easier for me just to do last names. So, oof, man. Ubaid here. You know, hey, if you're watching this and you're in this league and I don't know how to say your name, I apologize so much. So I'm just going to go on butchering names for the entire evening and just apologize now and apologize at the end because I can't keep saying sorry every time I get someone's name wrong. So hopefully the audio is okay on this stream. I do not normally stream, so this is kind of quick and dirty thrown together. I can't race this evening. Doctor's orders for some tendonitis, so doing this instead. We still got Savani out there with the best time of a 39.4. Then right behind him is McLeod. He is just a tenth back, 2/10ths back, Mr. Duval, and then almost 3/10ths back. We have, let's see, who's car number 11 for us? I don't even have them in my standings, so I could also be blind. Also, if you are in YouTube chat, which nobody is, I may not be super responsive, so I apologize. I don't do this thing for a living. Looks like we don't got many cars out on track right now with about a little over 4 minutes left of qualifying. You can see the best laps are in the top left. I do not think that includes practice. I do believe that that overlay is showing qualifying. So let's hop out to somebody who's moving out here on the track. Who is car number 51? He is spinning. Track is pretty quiet. We got one car out on track, still turning some laps. Ah, that's a quick way. So is this... Why is this not updating? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, so I'm learning with you guys here. So this does appear to be Robert. I can match up the number on the track overlay on the bottom right to their position. I do believe on the board on the left. Currently nobody on track. We got the race kicking off here in about 2.5 minutes. Checking out the rules if I can find them. I believe it's a 50-minute race with 2 required pits. I thought that's what I saw. So we might get some strategy in here with the guys leading up front. I think we'll have plenty of excitement just with action on track with this small of a circuit. But if we do end up getting a little bit of a parade at the front, strategy might make things interesting if, in fact, it is true that we need 2 stops. I know at very least we're probably going to need at least 1 stop out of most people just for fuel. Required stops or not. So we will see the pits in action tonight, getting those mechanics doing some work over there. And with about a minute and a half just under left in qualifying, and nobody out on track unless somebody pops out here in the next 30 seconds. It gets one more heater down on cold tires. Looks like the running order is going to be Savani, Michael, Justin, Robert, Christopher, Joa, Gabriel, Eric, Javier, Daniello, Edgar, Ricardo, Jeff, Matt, and David, at least in what is showing in the overlay. I only get 10 on my DDU, so even less information. There might only be 15 running tonight. I guess we can probably pull that up a little easier here and find out for sure. Yep. Oh, I see you there, Dad Time Racing in the chat. Sorry, might not be too up to date on the chat here, but the race is going to be getting going in about 2 minutes as cars begin to hit the grid. Let's go see if we can hop into the grid here. And yeah, 3 key points of success at this race. Honestly, it's been a while since I've driven this track. So I would just say keep it clean in lap 1 and be patient with the back markers. Wait for them to make a mistake and get through. Anybody that's pushing too hard is bound to get caught up, which is never good. I think this is going to be a survival of attrition. So whoever gets less contacts is probably gonna come out on top on this tiny little track. So yeah, that's my expert analysis. Stay clean. All right, we got about a minute until lights out. Let's go up to the leaders. All right.
Green, 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 green.
And we got green lights. Looks like a relatively clean start from everybody so far. As we get through turn 1. A couple of 2 wides, but we are keeping it clean, at least in the front of the pack. Looks like we got to move up into 4th place back there, maybe. And the leaders are tight. Get down on the leaders here and see if we can get an early move to start running away, or if we're going to be battling for a couple of laps here. Looks like everybody's pretty clean so far, which is what you like to see, at least for the final race of the year when these kind of mean a lot to a lot of guys. Early in the season. Oh, it looks like 4th place, 5th place, maybe slides off back there. But here at the end of the season, if you lose on merit, that's fine. But getting tied up in lap 1 and having your race ruined is never good. So looks for like everybody but maybe 1 gets through clean out of lap 1. So we got Savani out front, followed by Michael, Justin, and Christopher. I believe that's updating in the top left in real time. If not, it may be turning at the line, but it's showing a gap, so I believe that is your current running order. Looks like the top four are starting to break away here a bit. Second can get the inside here. Nope, he is gone and back through the pack. That is unfortunate, but it is a long race. We got 50 minutes here, so just got to take our time and probably wait for the guy in front to make a mistake. Might not be the worst strategy in the world because this track is a little narrow. You try to get too crazy, you don't got a lot of room to make a mistake. Alright, so we got Justin in second now, which would be pretty big for him, as I think he's maybe in second in the current standings for the Pro. Yes, he is in second, and we got 1 and 2 in the race, are also 1 and 2 in the standings. Separated by only 9 points in the overall season on the final race. But Justin is going to have to make up, I think, more than... let's see. Yeah, he's going to have to hope Savani finishes 4th or worst, I think. Just at a quick glance, maybe 3rd or worst. But just beating him will not do the job. He is going to have Savani make some mistakes. So even if Justin gets out ahead, if first place here keeps it together and finishes on the podium, I think he's going to lock up the W for this season. Christopher isn't going away back there, though. He is hanging out with these two, so if first and second try and get cute and make a mistake, he will be there to capitalize, which could get exciting. So I don't know who's sitting on the track up here, but we're about to... Unless that's a glitch on the overlay. Looks like we got some action a couple of spots back, so let's go check out those guys. And see what is going on in the midfield. Car number 8 looks like he's Eric. Let's see if he can hold off pressure on the outside here. Indeed, he cannot. He loses multiple positions trying to hang out on the inside. That is rough as to get through, and he is falling back into these cars, and it could get messy. That is not where you want to be. When you get these little packs here, you're out front, you're good. You're in the back, you're good. But if you are in the middle, it can get ugly quickly. So we go through these S's. Very high speed through there. Still no change up in the front, but they are keeping it close up there within a quarter second of each other, so they are dancing in the draft. Justin is back behind Siviani. Oh, and Eric gets a place back. He is back to the front of the group where he wants to be. See if he can pull away a little bit and get away from the pressure, because it is tough to drive staring at that rear view mirror. Let's go see what's going on with the leaders. These are not the leaders. My overlay got the best of me here. We were just here. Oh boy, what a failure. Where is that MP4 library that I'm looking for? Here we go. Man, they are hanging out tight. Justin's being patient, but we got the #1 guy on the board here for the season in the Pro Division, so he is not likely to make a mistake. We got a long race ahead of us, but we're either going to have to get some strategy involved with the pits, maybe some back markers coming into play here. Really pretty soon. If you look at the overlay layout, 15's about to get caught up here by this front group, and that gap is closing quickly. So yeah, as we thought at the beginning of the race, back markers could definitely make this interesting, especially once we get into that tight gap. I mean, getting through one car should be pretty clean, but trying to get through 8 cars all within 2 seconds of each other, hopefully that spreads out before the leaders have to try and pick their way through, because even if the back markers are trying to play nice, there's just not a lot of road. So we could definitely have a situation where we're going to have some grace with our fellow racers tonight, because they could be doing their best to let you by, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. Alright, as the leaders come flying down the straight here into turn 1. It's probably one of the better spots to try and get a pass done if you can get your nose on the inside, but the rest of it is too high speed, I think, to try and really make too much of a move. I guess in the final turn before the straight, the track really widens up, so you might be able to be a little opportunistic there on exit. Chase them down on the straight and see if you can get a tire inside before turn 1 if they respect you, but looks like our leaders are running clean. See if we can take us back to this tight pack back here that is not giving up. This group here has been tight all day. Let's see who we got. We got car 210, which is Javier, I believe. Holding off Edgar and Jeff, but they are all pretty close. They are all pretty far back from the leaders, about a half a lap down, maybe a little bit more. But this group is tight and keeping it clean on this track. I do believe some of these guys might be in the amateur division, but I might be talking out of my butt here. I know Jeff, David are. Yeah, definitely Jeff and David are. And I do believe if we look at their points, Jeff is in 2nd place, David is in 3rd, and they're only separated by 1 point. So really, they're racing each other. Mano y mano out there, I believe, for the 2nd place there. Neither of them can get 1st. And whoever's behind them, I don't think is racing tonight. So that is the battle we're paying attention to for the amateurs. It's going to be Jeff and David duking it out. Jeff does have 2 positions on the track on him right now, which means that David's going to have some work to do. Looks like up front, Justin is just living in 2nd place. If we can get back up there and check out what's going on. Oh, do we got a pass here? I don't know the running order before. They are getting scrappy in the back. Double check who we're looking at here real fast. This is David, and he is trying desperately to catch up to Jeff, who is 2 cars in front of him. That's going to make him the Aston Martin 42 car, the emerald green that's leading this pack out in front of, I believe that's Eric in the 8th, who's hanging out in 11th place. Justin's up to within 2/10, but he's really just been living there. I don't know how you stay that close to a car for that long. I would have hit him by now for sure. Is he going to give up the spot, or is he going to push him? This is going to get interesting down into turn 1. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a battle view. Oh, he did give up the position. Can he get it back? Almost get contact with Eric there from, is that David in the 733? No, that's Ricardo. Oh no, and David goes off and loses another position. He does have his work cut out for him trying to chase Jeff. Is this Jeff? This is Jeff in the 42 Aston Martin. Doing his best Lance Stroll impression from back here, trying to fight off the back markers from the midfield. We'll get back to the leaders here for a minute. See if we can get a little cockpit cam going on for Justin as he tries to either wait for a mistake, make some strategy happen in the pits, which always does get interesting how much of these guys worked on their pit entry. You can make a mistake there and get a flag. Also just getting in quickly, stopping on time without giving up too much time as you enter the pits, and also, you know, making the choice to when to do it. Maybe you think the guy in front of you is going to catch up to a back marker, and you can come out in front of him after he makes his move. So some things can happen off track that can make this battle real interesting. I'd love to see Justin get out front and see if we could flip this script and have Savani try and make the pass for a while and see. That would be real epic if Justin takes the lead off track and then after chasing all this time gets past himself. So maybe we'll get some theatrics. Back markers spinning off the track. Hopefully we have no unsafe rejoins here. Looks like at least the leaders are getting through, but they are getting into the thick of it here. Hopefully these guys know the drill when it comes to blue flags and open wheel, and what the right thing to do is. This is an oval, so you know, the sporting code says one thing, but actually I haven't looked at the blue flag rules for this league, but it looks like the guys do know the rules. Getting out of the way for these guys who are racing for a championship. Great to see. I believe this is our old friend David that we're coming up on his lap traffic. Let's see if Justin can use it to get a move. There is just not a ton of opportunity to pass here with these cars. Oh my gosh, and he makes a mistake. Can Justin capitalize? He cannot, but it is still on. He's got a little momentum coming into this left-hander. Is he going to take it around the outside? He is not. This is coming onto the straight. Decent exit. He's got that draft every time. He just can't. The straight's not long enough to really be able to take advantage of it when you're moving at a high speed. The draft doesn't do as much when you're going slower, so you really need to be up at the top of 5th or 6th gear for a while to really start reeling somebody in, even if you're 2/10 back, which, man, that's got to be frustrating for 50 minutes. You don't want to be looking at a red and white bumper. All right, back marker lets us through. We are getting through that what was a tight pack. We're kind of chopping it up with the leaders right now. I believe that's Jeff, two cars in front of the leader there, and that Aston Martin we were watching earlier. See if we can watch this battle. Oh my gosh, and the leader spins. Oh, and Justin runs into him. This is tragic. Oh no. Sitting on our lid. Oh my gosh, that is the worst case scenario. Let's go have another look at this. Oh man, that is brutal. So we'll see if we get a
Dusty, my bad.
TV view. We're getting some apologies in game chat. Oh, and then he just runs right into him, and then now we just got the worst situation. Does Civiani get away without a tow? It looks like he might. Oh man, that is rough. So I guess we'll see how this shakes out. But man, they were the number 1 and 2 in the championship, number 1 and 2 on track, both sitting in the pits. I think they both had to get a tow. I don't think the tow could possibly be too long on this track. And we do have fast repairs enabled, if I'm not mistaken. So these guys should be back out on the track in no time, but they're going to be hurting there for this time they spent in the pits. Let's get out to some on-track action. We've got Christopher taking advantage. Let's see if we can go find him on track. Holy smokes. What number is he? Is number 51. Where's he at? That's the pits, so it's probably here. That's 870. That is not who we're looking at. That is third place. I don't know why this isn't giving me... Oh, because the... Alright, let's wait for him to pass the pits, then it'll be easier to hop up. And 733. No, we want car 51. Why can't we find him? I do apologize. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way and go look for Christopher. Here he is. That was easy. Brother. Car 51. Holding off car 15, which is Michael. These guys are getting after it. We got Jeff in 7th and David in 9th, who are duking it out for the amateur championship. That is something we can keep our eye on as we get into the second half of this race. We are 20 minutes into a 50-minute race. There's 30 minutes left here. We got to see some crazy action about 2 laps ago where Civiani was out in first place. He got a little sideways in a left-hander, and Justin could not get out of the way. Ran into him and then ended up thanking that halo for saving his life as he sat upside down on the track, screaming, "Red, red, red. We've got red." So suddenly we do have a new battle forming. We've got Christopher and Michael. And if I go ahead and take a quick look at the standings, Christopher is currently sitting in 4th place, only 56 points back. This could get interesting because Savani, excuse me, that may not be correct. I'm looking at the wrong column. Only 39 points back. First place does get 60 points in the point system. Second place gets 57. Third place gets 54. So if you wanted to have a, let's see, what did he need? He needs a 39-point jump. I don't know. Okay, so there's drops. So I guess if this is somebody's worst race, they'll end up dropping a different race. So maybe he cannot catch Civiani. It gets complicated. So the series basically, they run a certain amount of races, but you don't have to run them all. And if you do run them all, you get to drop X amount of your worst races. I'm not sure what it is in this league. Maybe it's 2. So because of that, if one guy, actually it looks like looking at Civiani does have 2 drops already. I don't know that he gets a 3rd. So he will not be able to drop this race as far as I can tell. That crash may have cost him the championship, unfortunately. We will see how things shake out with Christopher. We've also got Robert. I don't know if Robert is in this race. He's currently sitting in 3rd, and he is only 10 points out of the lead. So these last 25 minutes, 30 minutes are going to be quite important to him. Oh wow, there was another mistake that I missed. Oh, I apologize. I was sitting here looking at the information, and suddenly Gabriel, again, sorry for the names, guys, is hanging out in second. He's 15 seconds back. What happened? We're gonna pull the old rewind here and figure out when did we switch this around? Where was this crash? I do not know when that crash happened, but that is interesting. Yeah, I don't know where everybody... Oh, did they all pit? They may have pit. We are about halfway through. I was not paying close enough attention. So this is the current leader, Christopher. He's out on the track. If you look at that track map, they're spread out. There's so much even spacing. We got 16 seconds back. That makes me think that they pit, because I did not see an accident as I scrubbed through on the replay. As I mentioned, strategy may get involved here. Ah, that's the most fun part. I was not even paying attention. I wish there was a way I could see how many times each car had pitted. And oh boy, that was close on track. This is car 67. I'm a dingus. Car 42 is in 7th. 6th. 5th. 4th. Car 15. No, that's 5th. Car 124, yeah. Yeah, we got action coming out of the pits here. That's what's making everything all crazy. It is people pitting. That is hard to keep your eye on.
Pitting in.
From the views available. It is really hard to see when people are going in. So that does get a little bit hard to... Oh! What do we have here? Bit of a mistake from Eric. Is that Eric? I think that's Eric. As he just loses the rear. Does well to keep it off the track. Nice, safe, gentlemanly rejoin. Doesn't ruin anybody else's afternoon. Well done there. We got Michael here in 3rd place, running the beautiful purple and yellow livery. Car 42, I believe that's Jeff coming out of the pits here in a moment. See where he ends up as he exits. It looks like Christopher just went into the pits recently as well, because he is now back down in 4th. So looks like the pitting box is what's hot. We got guys dropping to the pits left and right. We will see where everything shakes out once they're all back out on track. We'll also see if Justin and Siviani can get a redemption drive on the second half of this race as we enter the 25-minute mark. If they can salvage some good points still. Take another quick look at the point system. So you're still getting, in 6th place, you're still getting 45 points. 7th place, 42 points. There's only 15 guys in here, so... well, and also it's split between Pro and Am, so really we're only looking at a handful of racers in each. Even the back of the group for each division, I believe, is only going to be getting like 42 points, so there's still a lot there. Oh. Am I dumb? Am I reading this wrong? Classic heats, endurance, super heats, endurance, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, even the guys in the back are going to be getting 40-something points. There's only going to be like a 20. It's not like one guy's going to get 60 points and one guy's going to get 0, I don't think. Just due to it's being a pretty unique track, so I think a couple guys took the week off this week. All right, we got Michael out in 1st. Let's go find him. He is car number... Oh, we were just looking at him. Was that car number 15? Indeed.
Thank you, thank you.
Looks like first place gets through a little bit of traffic, and they are going to have some clean air for a long time. We got second. It's got to get through the back marker that we just passed with the leader Michael here. Christopher only sitting about 2 seconds back, but he's got a car in between him and the man he is chasing. And, you know, that I think about it, I was thinking last place we get 0 points like an F1, but I may have been wrong about who was still in it, because you don't got to be within 60 points. You only got to be within about 20. So that does change things about who can get what, but we're having fun either way. Where do we got a pack of guys that are really fighting it out? We can go, well, see if Christopher can catch up. We'll go on board with him here. We'll go hang out with Jeff and David for a second and see how they are doing. Because they are next to each other on the track as far as I know. Here we go. I believe that's Jeff. And where is David? David in an all blue car. Is that, I don't think that's him. That's Gabrielle. Oh, there's David. Yeah, there's like 4 cars in between those two. As Eric goes off the track again, he's had an unfortunate day with a couple of spins. He was leading that midfield earlier and fighting for it well, but the middle of this race has not been super kind to him. Has slipped back. He's currently sitting in 13th. With some space in front of him, so hopefully he can just keep it between the lines here, because I don't think he's gonna have a ton of luck catching the car in front, and the car behind is sufficiently far behind, so he's just gotta hang out, not make too many mistakes, get a nice little 20-minute Sunday drive in here, and enjoy the cap to a great season. Back here with our leader, Michael. And a win would be big for him tonight. He's only participated in 3 races this season, so he's sitting down in 17th position in the pro group. But showing up and showing out tonight. I believe everybody's pitted once. So if I'm not mistaken, the order you're seeing on screen in the top left there is real. Car number 2 has been stuck behind this back marker.
Thank you.
For a minute. See if we can go find Christopher here. He really having an issue getting in front of... Oh, there we go. Lets him by. Beautiful work, boys. And let's see if the man can hunt. He's got a little bit of work to do on the straight. Michael is catching up some lap traffic himself, so this is Christopher's time to capitalize if he wants to get back up there. Christopher's problem is he's got Robert in front of him, who's got about a 20-point gap. It's a 19-point gap, so he's really I think you're only going to be able to make up 20 points or less from first to last in this race. So he's got to take care of business here, and then also hope that Robert, who's currently in fourth, gets it wrong a lot. So there might not be too much movement there in the championship, but it's always fun to go out there and beat your rivals on track on a given Monday night.
Thank you, thank you.
I believe this is Siviani here on his redemption tour. He's currently 60 seconds off the leader, about 15 seconds to the car in front, trying to make some moves. He does have a couple cars on his rival Justin, which will feel good going to the last 15 minutes of this race. This is Robert and Gabriel here fighting out for third position. See who can get that last podium spot. It does look like they are two of the closest racing drivers on track right now. And we are getting after it. Oh, Robert makes a mistake. He does keep it together here. He's hanging out in the draft still.
Thank you.
Going on board with Robert here and see what he can make happen. Maybe we can bring this back marker into play. But again, it's just so hard on this track. It's, you know, if you get a spot where you can go 3 wide and use that back marker strategically to try and close off your partner, or there's just not a lot you can do. Ooh, those curves will pull you right over, huh? Just not a lot you can do because you can't get, you kind of got to go through them one by one. Unless he's really playing games. And the straight is just so short. As soon as that draft starts taking effect, you're already in the braking zone. So unless you want to do a Max Verstappen very optimistic lunge down the inside to take out Oscar Piastri in the first lap, it's going to be tough. See if we can both get through. Okay, nice. Cost Robert a little bit of time, but he's still with it. Got a little sketchy there. The back marker sort of ran out of room to let him by, so, which can happen. You leave the window open, but eventually you got to make a turn yourself.
Thanks.
So lots of good sportsmanship and thank yous, I believe, for back markers probably letting people through. This has got to feel like a multi-class for some of these leaders at this point, who are, you know, 170 seconds, like 3 laps up. So normally you don't see that on a longer track. This only being 40-second laps, 50-second laps. Things can get interesting. Robert
everyone
does
block
push the car
Christopher.
pretty
Come on.
hard.
You need to lead. I would like to inspect that car after all.
Hopefully the stream quality is still good. I'm working on a single monitor here, so it's tough for me to pop around and check on the stream. It does look like we're still up as I check on my laptop. We're almost inside the last 10 minutes of this race. 11:55 to go. As we have Michael currently sitting up front, Christopher chasing him down, and Gabriel taking that third podium spot. With Robert right on his tail here, which is a battle we haven't watched for the last few minutes. But it does not look like Robert's able to put too much pressure on. I thought I saw in the rules that they do have 2 required stops, but I'm not sure that that is currently enforced or if exceptions were made due to the track size. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of these guys have only done 1. It has been hard to keep up on everyone's strategy, just with the views you get. You're looking at a bird's eye view, then all of a sudden cars start dropping off left and right. It can be a little tough to keep your eye on.
Thank you.
As Robert dives into the pits. Let's see how Gabriel gets around here. I don't think he's done his second stop yet. So he's coming up on 6th place with Siviani. I'm not sure he's going to catch him. He is very fast. He was leading this race for about the first 6 laps until losing the rear and getting caught up with 2nd place, Justin, and they both fell back and just trying to salvage the race for themselves here. Like Michael's pulling away nicely from Christopher. Not sure if Christopher hit the pits.
Michael, chill out, bro. I need to catch you.
I think Christopher is getting on the voice comms, telling Michael to take a break so they can have some fun battle here at the last 10 minutes of this race. Robert came out of the pits. He was right on the rear wing of Gabriel, but now he is a good 30 seconds back. 2 cars back. Nope, I thought he was 2 cars back on track, but 2 cars back overall. Is Michael we're with here? It is. Let's hang out with our leader in the beautiful purple and yellow 15 car as he catches up on a little bit of lap traffic. I believe that's Javier he is catching up to, and that'll be followed by Justin.
Thank you.
The Jeff David battle is alive and well. Let's go see how those two are doing. You got David and Jeff chasing each other down. David does have almost a full corner lead as he's working his way down the straight. And Jeff is just coming around this corner. Jeff did have the advantage earlier in this race by multiple cars. Not sure if we are off a pit or if this is real life, but either way, it is exciting. Quick refresher here in the amateur division. We've got Jeff sitting in second and David 1 point behind him. So if David can finish ahead of Jeff, I do believe, pending drops, and I don't know how many drops we get. Maybe it's 3 drops in amateur. David's already used all 3 of his drops, and Jeff only used 2 drops, but he does have a 3 on the board, which is not great positioning. I also don't know if the score, if you get the overall for the race, or if you get scored by your heat. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. So it's tough to talk about the championship when you don't know how the championship works, but I like to pretend. Looks like Jeff is getting some pressure. Not sure if those are midfielders. Let's see, 47. That's 67. Oh, as they go off. Yowzers. Jeff is just behind David on the track, but he does not appear to be closing that gap. We got the leader pulling off into the pits. Let's see what Christopher can do up in second place. We're just going to cheat. Oh, look at that. Right on him. He does make it out in first. Looks like Michael is out of the pits and closing that gap back down already.
Thank you.
We got 5 minutes left. Nobody's in the pits right now. Back marker lets us by.
Thank you.
Car 51. That is Christopher out in first place, who's currently sitting fourth in the Pro division. With a pretty big gap up to Robert, who is currently sitting in fourth. They are nearly 20 points apart, considering their drops, but the drops do change based on your worst finish.
Hey, this track's
so.
getting faster. This is good.
Sounds like the drivers are reporting the track is rubbering in quite a bit. We don't have that nice new fancy debris particle refresh in iRacing yet, but the track can evolve nonetheless. Go on gyro cam with our leader here as they approach the S's, I believe. Into this left-hander that comes onto the straight. Track opens up here a little bit.
That was a well
As we dive into the pits, do we make it? Nice. Good work on the pit entry, but I don't think it's going to save him. He is going to fall back. I don't know who behind him has and has not pitted.
Oh, baby.
And this is where things get interesting. Our final 3 minutes.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Michael in that purple 15 car. Oops. Oh, I guess we're behind a little bit. I must have rewound earlier and not fast forwarded back. So we are a few minutes behind. Real time.
Thank you.
And let's go find that purple machine. There he is. Nope, that's a safety car. There he is. Why it selects a safety car in your previous next car, I will never know. I do not want to watch a safety car in the pits. At all. And we just saw Michael pop into the pits. So I do believe if he keeps it clean, he's going to run away with this thing. Christopher is not too far behind him, but he is not doing a sufficient job to close that gap. He's going to need a 1.5 seconds per minute here. Maybe 3 laps left, 4 laps left. See if we can go find a little on-track action here. Everybody's pretty evenly spaced. We got our pole sitter, Siviani, leading a pack behind him. I don't think anybody's going to want to get too crazy in this last couple minutes here after gutting out 50 minutes on track in their sims, avoiding their families. Looks like that's probably 3rd place. Behind our point of view, who is sitting in 7th place. I'm not sure if he's going to want to let these folks by or not.
Thank you.
Falling back into that pack doesn't look appetizing. But that is the 3rd, 4th battle, I do believe. So hopefully he lets these guys by so they can go duke it out in some open track in this last minute. But suppose we will see. He's got about a 20-second lead on Justin, so it's going to get ugly here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oof. Our 4th place is going to be feeling real sorry. Okay, we do the right thing here. Let our fellow racers by who are in a battle for the podium. We're hanging out with 3rd place right now. That number 11 black car, pink helmet behind us is going to be 4th place. So close to that podium. He's tripping over the steps. And it's not looking like he's going to be able to climb them. I think white flag is probably out right now. Oh. Who knows? It just updated and said there's a minute left. So maybe my overlay is not working correctly. Not my overlay, my DDU.
Beautiful race, Michael. Beautiful race.
Good race, guys. Good race.
And looks like checkers are out, with Michael taking the lead, Christopher in 2nd,
Come on, man.
Gabriel in 3rd, as our gentlemen climbing the podium this evening. Oh no! What happened here? Was the race over? Did that just cost Gabriel 3rd place? It did. Oh, brother. That is unfortunate. What happened there?
What have you done?
What are we doing, guys?
Nice
That is
race, guys.
unfortunate.
Nice race. Sorry.
See if we
Justin,
can go to
my
a
bad.
weird chase here. Where does he come from? Did he come out of the pits? He did. He comes out of the pits. That's a yowzers. This is 4th place point of view as he's chasing down 3rd. I gave him the caster's curse. I said this is going to be a running order, and then with 2 turns left, podium goes away in a flash as Robert bites that bronze medal and opens the champagne. That is unfortunate. I do feel for Gabriel there, but sometimes that's racing. Nobody's perfect. That's tough to swallow on the last lap, though. Man. Well, guys, that is going to wrap up the season. If you're interested in joining the league, there is a link to the Discord down below. They do run other series other than this F4, but this F4 runs Monday nights. Practice starts at 7:30. You can find more information in the Discord. You will have to apply through iRacing, and there's a Google Forms in the Discord that you can fill out if you'd like to get involved in this next season. They follow the official schedule, so you don't got to worry about buying tracks just for this. And they run multiple different formats. This was the 50-minute endurance. Last weekend at Spa, we just ran a normal Grand Prix that was like a sprint and a main event. It was quite fun. So if you guys are into iRacing, like open wheel, and you want to get out there and race clean, the Discord link is in the description of this video. Thank you very much for watching if you're out there. And Michael, congratulations on the win. That was beautiful. And yeah, like I mentioned before, if you are a subscriber of this channel and you're only here for the FPV content, you will not be getting spammed with iRacing stuff. I don't normally do these, but just had a night off and wanted to throw up the last race of the season for these guys. So once again, thanks for coming out.